universe that put my spring break before Dragon Age 2. You and I are not friends.
Which means she hasn't played it.
I'm not playing till I get my game, which will be in a month or two. See you then!
But I've played and I have rage. Ergo, guest star!
Hi, I'm special guest star Gembat.
So, Dragon Age 2 was awesome. Not without its flaws, but awesome.
I love it. And I don't love, like, everything about it. I'm not, like, crazy or anything, whatever. I like the story. I really like the story. I love the story, I love the characters, all that kind of stuff.
Surprisingly, though, the point that made me angriest in this game had nothing to do with any of the romances or companions. I know.
The very end, you have to side with the mages or the Templars, and obviously I sided with the mages because I am a mage.
I was a rogue the first time, but my dad was a mage, my sister's a mage, my boyfriend's a mage. I also sided with the mages.
Alright, this makes this decision easy. I'm banging Anders, I'm a mage, we're gonna Viva la Revolution, whatever.
You know, I really liked both sides. Like, Meredith was awesome, Orsino was awesome.
You know, I really liked both of them, and they were super cool. Laura was always going on about how Orsino was the best looking elf in the game, which I don't want any part of that.
Well, he was. He didn't look like a sheep.
All of the elves kind of look like sheep.
But we're getting off topic, because my opinion of him changed really quickly.
Are you prepared, champion?
Prepared for the fact I'm about to be a giant fuck up.
Side with the mages because Orsino's your bro, you know. Meredith's cool, but she's lost it a little bit over the past couple years. And you're like, alright, the mages, you know, they're oppressed, they're living in their tower or whatever, they're all blood mages and stuff, but we can work through that.
And Orsino himself makes a very good argument to the fact that, yeah, there's a lot of blood mages, but not all mages are blood mages.
Blood magic? Where do you not see blood magic? My people cannot sneeze without you accusing them of corruption.
Which is all well and good, I mean, but he's got a point. But
We get into the gallows with Orsino and he's like, hey, so remember how everybody was like thinking we were blood mages? Let's go ahead and do that.
Meredith expects blood magic? Then I will give it to her.
are you fucking kidding me? You're not helping your cause, buddy.
Not only did you just betray everything that I've been working for, you know, like, you know, you've been yelling at Anders about blowing up a church. Well, you know what? You just completely invalidated everything we were fighting for, so way to go, buddy, you know, that's great. Way to prove a point, way to take a stand, you know, she wants to see a blood mage, oh, I'll give her a blood mage.
And this is bad enough already, but it gets worse.
This all got 10,000 times worse when I played through a second time and sided with the Templars.
The right belonged to Quentin, a man the champion is familiar with.
To recap, Quentin was responsible for the other completely emotionally traumatizing part of this game in that he killed my mother.
You were working with that murderer.
I knew about him. I kept his existence secret because I didn't want to give Meredith more ammunition against us.
Bitch, please. Oh my god, I was so pissed off when this happened. I was just sitting there and I was like,
Are you fucking kidding me? I don't even have words for the hypocrisy of that.
I was like, really? Really, Orsino? At that point I was just like, what is your redeemable quality? Do you have one?
So, Meredith is crazy, but she has an excuse. The Delirium Idol, that is a thing that is making her crazy. Orsino?
And you're sitting there and you're like, oh yeah, you can't search the tower, there's no blood mages, they always blame blood mages. Well, you know what, Orsino? There were kind of a lot of blood mages running around, and there were sort of a ton of abominations in the street, no matter who I sided with.
I have never been that pissed off in my life at a fictional character, and that's saying a lot.
You know what, Orsino? Why didn't you just turn in the serial killer? Why couldn't you have saved my mom? I might have even liked you even after you've become an abomination and started attacking me for no reason.
There was a lot of gray area to the game about the Templars and the mages and the good and the evil and all of that, and I liked that. That was pretty badass. But there's no gray area with Orsino. He was aware of the serial killer who killed your mother, and then as soon as the fight might be slightly hard, he's all, oh, blood magic!
Like, what if you had just waited to do that when we actually were up against Meredith? What if you had done that after Meredith went crazy and then everybody could have been like, oh my god, both sides are crazy. Let's side with Cullen. He's clearly the only sane man in this game, which, if you had told me that 2 months ago, probably would have not believed you.
So Dragon Age 2 has inspired lots of things that we're going to rant about here, but oh my god, was I pissed off.
And Orsino, just Jesus Christ. I'm like, seriously?
So yeah, thanks for that, BioWare. Really appreciate it. Great game, though.